What is up, YouTube? Mr. Fuku here, bringing you my favorite rogue deck profile. Today I'm going to be showing you my Umbral Horror deck, and I'll be telling you some of the combos and their effects throughout the deck profile. Anyway, leading off, I play the 3 Umbral Horror Ghoul. Umbral Horror Ghoul's effect is you make his attack 0, then you special summon an Umbral Horror monster with 0 attack from your hand. That pairs really well with Umbral Horror Unform. So you use Ghoul, make him 0 attack, special summon Unform, and then Unform's effect is when he is destroyed by battle while he is attacking, you special summon 2 Umbral Horror monsters from your deck, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So what you do is, if you have Unform and Vasky in hand, you can attack. If you have Unform on the field, you attack, take some damage, or if you one-day it, you don't take any damage. And then you get the 2, you tribute them, get a free Vasky. And that's it for the Umbral Horror cards. Next up, I play a Reptile Engine, the 3 Masked Chameleon. Masked Chameleon, he cannot be normal summoned if you control a level 5 or higher monster. When he's normal summoned, you target a monster with 0 defense in your graveyard, special summon it. Its effects are negated, and you can't special summon monsters except from the extra deck till the end of the turn. Then the other reptile card I'm playing are the 3 Kuketo Kage. When you normal summon a level 4, you special summon this from your hand. So it just sets up a lot of your good combos if you don't have any of your graveyard support established. And both of these cards are searchable with King of the Feral Imps. Next up, the 3 Armageddon Knight. He can dump dead Umbral Horrors. Like, he can just dump Umbral Horrors or your Shell Dragons, or the 1 Tardy Orc is what I usually do with him or Foolish. And he's also the level 4 target, and you can banish him for Werver Burster. That's the main reason he's in there. And as opposed to Mathematician, he's level 4. He's also keeps up with the dark theme. 3 Secret Sect Druid. He's basically a Masked Chameleon, but he's not a tuner, and it's 0 attack and or 0 defense. You can only use this effect once per turn. He's at 1800. You normal him, special summon, overlay. Then the 3 Werver Burster. I play a lot of darks within the extra deck and the main deck. I tried to keep a whole dark theme to the deck. Minus like Masked Chameleon and stuff like that, but it's not worth like playing Earth supports. So the Werver Bursters, I don't play a Collapse Serpent at all. I was playing one for a while, but most of the time I just dead draw it, and then I wouldn't have any lights engraved to summon him. And I don't play any like discard traps or discard spells or anything. Then for the one thing I play 2 of is 2 Dragon. Dragon, he is a Compulse, and he's also, you dump him with Armageddon Knight, and he's an MST, and then you can special summon him back later, and he's just really good. He's also a nice beater. If you just draw him and you're going to normal summon him, run something over, then use him later again. Really, really good card. The deck plays like 6 MSTs. The 1 Tardy Orc. If I open Tardy Orc, I just normal summon him and then sit on him, because 2200 attack. Can't attack the turn he's summoned, so get my opponent. Also, no one ever expects this card. Most of the time I just dump him into graveyard and then special summon him back because of the 0 defense right there. And he's also a fiend target for Dark Necrofear. Instead of playing 3 Shell Dragon, I like the 1 Tardy Orc. The Dark Necrofear. You banish 3 fiends from your graveyard to special summon him, and if he dies by battle, he's a Snatch Steal, but with your opponent doesn't gain health. So he's really good. 2200 beater. It's always nice to have. Like, great draw late game, pretty bad draw early game. The 1 Vasky, because it's usable. Like, just with the Umbral Horror engine and stuff like that, and it's also searchable with King of the Feral Imps, and it's worth playing at 1. I'd never play more than 1. You can only control 1, and its effect is once per turn you get to pop a face-up monster your opponent controls. and it can be special summoned by attributing 2 monsters with 0 attack from either side of the field. 2 MST, 2 Night Beam. I tried 3 MST and I tried 3 Night Beam, but I like 2 and 2 the best. Because MST, you can set it and hit things right as people set them, or you can Night Beam them and they can't chain them. Really good. This deck really, like, your opponent, it does not like back row. Like, back row can destroy the deck. But that's why we're playing 6 spell trap removals. For the 1-0s, 1 Foolish, 1 Allure, 1 One Day. 1 Day because of Unform's effect. Allure of Darkness because the deck's kind of slow, and banishing a dark isn't really that hard. And Foolish as a 4th Armageddon Knight. Onto the traps, the 2 Offering. Really good if you have Kaketo Kage. Like, Kaketo Kage is just dead in the hand, so you can normal summon Masked Chameleon, special summon Kaketo Kage, special summon a monster from your graveyard, overlay with Masked Chameleon and the monster you summoned, and then set this, and then on your opponent's turn you pop your Kageto Kage and pop 2 cards they control. This is good for monster removal, back row removal. It's a really good card. 2 Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted. It's pretty standard. Good late game when you don't have your combo set up anymore, like when your resources are tapped out. 1 Compulse, 1 Solemn, 1 Bottomless. Standard back row lineup. I don't play any battle traps. Like, these could be Mirror Force or Deep Prisons, but I like monster removal better. Onto the extra deck. 2 King of the Feral Imps, because if I'm going first and I open a King of the Feral Imps, I can detach and he's not dead, and I also get a material in graveyard, and I get a Kageto Kage, Masked Chameleon, or a Vasky depending on how useful it is. Also, when it's dead with no materials on the field and it's just him, I can Offerings him, or I can just keep him as a beater. Really good card. Deck would not work without him. And I recommend 2 and no more, no less. I really like the lineup of this extra deck. The 1 101, the 1 Dark Rebellion, the 1 Castle. Self-explanatory. Castle to shuffle, Dark Rebellion for the attack plays, and Arc to take things. 1 Cowboy, 1 Key Beetle, 1 Dweller. Key Beetle to protect things, and you can make it really easily. Cowboy because he wins games, and Dweller to stop Burning Abyss, Shaddoll, Mermails, stuff like that. The Maestroke, Night Palp, and Photon Palp. I'm playing both Palps. Night Palp is my 1 3-level force. Once per turn you attach an Exceeds material, he gains 300 for 300 for each Exceeds material attached to any monster on the field. That was hard to say for some reason. Maestroke, just because I've always liked Maestroke, and I think he's pretty good. I mean, I have a Roach that I could be playing, but right now I'm really happy with Maestroke. He's also a Fiend, so you can banish him for Necrofear. That's actually one of the main reasons he's in here. The 1 Ragna Zero. Ragna Zero is really good. Just, you get to pop something that's not at its original attack, and you get to draw a card, so why wouldn't you? The newest card that I added to the build is number FO, Utopic Future. This card, you overlay with your non-number monsters when your resources are tapped out, and you get this guy. I mean, I wouldn't up him to anything. I wouldn't drop him. He's really good at 1. He's not game-winning, but they're not going to be... They usually aren't expecting you to be able to make that. And, so it's just really good. It's put in a lot of work, but it's never been, like, super game-winning. But it's always nice. For the Synchros, 1 Dark End. Dark End, I kept the dark theme and the, like, dropping attack theme. Because, like, the Vasky and everything. And 1 Red Dragon Archfiend. I prefer red to hot red, just because I really like this card. It's not usually bad, and it usually, Like, because if I come up against like super heavy samurais for some reason, I can just pop everything they have. Plus the 3000 attack for a free level 8 is not bad. Oh, and that's it for the synchro plays. And I don't have a sideboard for this, but it's just a really fun like level 4 kind of control deck with weird, like, I get a lot of actually compliments on it because of the way it plays and like how weird it is for a level 4 deck. That being said, I would not switch out anything for anything. I like it just the way it is. Be sure to like and subscribe. Any suggestions for the deck, feel free to comment, and I'm always curious. So, alright, Mr. Fuku out.